Hey, okay, this is Ken for the Information Nation. I'm bringing you more stuff. Here's an article found, Delaware Online, by Dr. Kate Cronin, or Conan, whatever. She's a barbarian, special to the News Journal. And e-cigarettes meet the new, same as the old. This lady, if she were my doctor, I would walk into her office as a vapor and go, "Sorry, bimbo, go on. Talk to you later. Have a nice life. Shove it up your keister." Electronic cigarettes, commonly known as e-cigs, are battery-operated nicotine dispensing devices that are frequently marketed as a safe alternative to smoking. First paragraph, she's already lying out her ass. And I'm going to tell you why. My wife vapes. 0 nicotine. So that statement right there is not totally true, but that's okay. Let us continue. You may have seen them advertised as a new, healthier choice to smoking that may eventually help the user quit smoking altogether. But the reality is e-cigarettes are still putting nicotine, a highly addictive drug, into the body, and they mimic the act of smoking a real cigarette, possibly making it harder to quit. Second paragraph. Once again, she's full of shit. Because here she goes again with the highly addictive drug and putting nicotine. I use 0.6% nicotine, which is extremely low. I started at 18, I'm down to 0.6. My wife uses nothing. What is this bimbo talking about? Does she even know? I don't think so, but let us continue. How do e-cigarettes work? E-cigarettes use cartridges filled with a liquid that contains nicotine. She is pushing nicotine. Number one, I don't use cartridge. So blow that out your chocolate whiz-wang, bimbo. I don't use a cartridge. I use a tank, and I mix my own juice. But anyhow, contains nicotine, flavorings, and other chemicals. The heating device in the e-cigarette converts the liquid into vapor, which is then inhaled. That's why using e-cigarettes is known as vaping. Clarify here, Dr. Kate. What other chemicals? Have you done any research, or are you just talking out your pie hole? Because e-cigarettes don't burn tobacco, people don't inhale the same amounts of tar and carbon monoxide as regular cigarette. But anyone using e-cigarettes still gets an unhealthy dose of nicotine and other chemicals. Really, once again, wife uses 0 nic. What are the other chemicals you're talking about? And once again, you're blowing it out your pie hole, aren't you, lady? You don't know squat. The risks. While e-cigarettes don't fill the lungs with harmful smoke, that doesn't make them a healthy alternative to regular cigarettes. Well, that's a stupid statement by itself. Anything that helps you get off of cigarettes and not inhale tar and carbon monoxide and one of 2,000 other known carcinogens in cigarettes is a healthier alternative than regular cigarettes. That's like saying somebody, well, rather than eating cake, you should eat pie. Huh? Anyone who uses vapes and e-cigarette is still putting nicotine, which is absorbed through the lungs, into his or her system. Once again, what about the people that are using 0 nicotine? So you've got another false statement on here. Besides being an addictive drug, nicotine is also toxic in high doses. It was once even used as an insecticide. Lady, you are so full of crap. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I put the other video out there about us being under attack. And this lady here is pushing nicotine, and she doesn't know what the hell she's writing about. Oh, but she's got doctor in front of her name. Maybe it's not doctor. Maybe the DR, there's supposed to be 2 O's in between the D and the R, and maybe she's a door. Who in the hell knows? Nicotine affects brain, nervous system, and heart. It can raise blood pressure and heart rate. The larger the dose of nicotine, the more a person's blood pressure and heart rate goes up. This can cause abnormal heart rate, arrhythmia, Well, I will go to that point. When I was smoking cigarettes, if I smoked a cigarette before I went to the doctor, my blood pressure was higher. But you want to know something, bimbo? I go to the doctor now. I vape in his parking lot, go inside, he checks my blood pressure, and it's normal. So what seems to be your problem? Who paid you to write this article? After the initial effects wear off, the body starts to crave nicotine. Really? An e-cigarette user might feel depressed, tired, or crabby. This is nicotine withdrawal, and crave more nicotine to perk up again. You're another idiot. You are a useful idiot. Because you don't even know what you're talking about. When I got off of regular cigarettes, I went to 18 down, and I went from 18 to 12 to 6 in a matter of a month. And guess what? Sometimes I vape with no nicotine whatsoever. I never had nicotine withdrawal. My wife hasn't had it. She started vaping. She doesn't have nicotine withdrawal. Over time, nicotine can lead to serious medical problems, including heart disease, blood clots, and stomach ulcers, or stupidity in the fact of someone who calls themselves a doctor. I wouldn't go to this woman. She's a doctor. I would not go to her. I would turn around, flip her the fickle finger of fate, and tell her to shove it up her chocolate whiz-wang. Delaware Governor Jack Merkel recently extended the statewide ban on smoking indoors and now include the addition of e-cigarettes in the Clean Air Act. I applaud Governor Merkel and his efforts of promoting a healthier state and encouraging adults to lead a better example for our youth. Here we go. Let's drag the kids into this. Let me scroll down a little bit. As kids head back to school, they are encouraged. They encounter kids vaping and be convinced to try it as something new and cool. Talk to your kids about how addictive nicotine is. This woman is stuck on nicotine, or as I like to say, she's stuck on stupid. And the best way to avoid health problems it can cause is never to start smoking or vaping. I will agree with that statement. If you're not smoking and you're not vaping, don't start. But once again, stuck on stupid. Of course, teens often don't consider how their current behaviors can affect their future health. But it is important to discuss this with them. You can also focus on immediate downsides, like less money to spend on other things they enjoy. Well, don't worry about it. The government will take care of your money. You won't have it to spend anyhow, so don't worry about the money. How to quit? If you are a teen, smoke, and want to quit, e-cigarettes are not the ideal way to go. Using an e-cigarette mimics the experience of smoking regular cigarettes more closely than other quitting options. Instead, try nicotine gum or nicotine patch, which will help prevent withdrawal symptoms. Lady, you just got done saying that nicotine is highly addictive, and now you're turning around and telling everybody to use the gum or the patch. You're being paid by the pharmaceutical companies, aren't you? You are being paid. You are such a shill for the pharmaceuticals. The nicotine highly addictive. Yeah, so the kid goes to 25 pieces of nicotine gum a day, or he looks like Mr. Green Jeans. When I was a kid, there was a guy they called Mr. Green Jeans who had Post-it notes stuck all over him. The kid will just have nicotine patches stuck all over him. For crying out loud, bimbo, be consistent, will ya? Whether you or your teen use old-school cigarettes or the trendy new e-cigarettes, the tips for kicking the habit are the same. Make a plan. Set a date to begin to quit the quitting process. Then, even a modest goal like using one less cigarette each day for a week will work. Jeez! Talk about stuck on stupid! This woman needs to go. Stay busy. Distractions like exercise or doing something that involves using the hands, art, music, knitting, etc. Yeah, I'm gonna knit, lady, you're right. Can help the urge to smoke or vape less. Wrong. I used to work all the time. My hands were busy. I had a cigarette hanging out of my mouth. You're an idiot. Once again, overcome cravings. When the cravings come on, think, wait, rather than no, then do something to distract from the craving. Chances are the urge will pass, and that means one less cigarette. Oh boy. Or 5 less patches. Get support. Encouragement from other family members is important. Joining an online or in-person support group can help too. Children tend to follow by example. You might be surprised to learn that most kids say that when the adult whom they most want to be like when they grow up is a parent. So if you smoke or vape, do your best to quit the habit. Dr. Kate Cronin is a pediatric emergency physician at numerous Alfred DuPont Hospital for Children and a senior editor of kidshealth.org. Actually, she should also be known as the top of the list of stuck on stupid. But hey, that's just my opinion. This has been Ken for the Information Nation, bringing you more stuff. Hey, subscribe to the channel if you would. Give us a thumbs up. Share the video with your friends, and remember, in the meantime, in between time, ain't we got fun? Have a nice day.